different countries. We welcome everyone to this call. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And this call is very important because we are going to meet our CEO first time on this call, CEO of Kiwi. So that's the reason everyone is excited today, because it's just 5 more days till we have the soft launch for Kiwi. So it's just the excitement, everywhere I can see around the world, people are joining us. Blessed people, blessed leaders are here on this call. Sorry?
No, I muted him. Go ahead.
Okay.
No.
Take your more time. Let's
Get one kar de.
I think there is someone, Alex. You need to, I think, mute everyone and then unmute whoever. Just don't give the option for everyone to unmute themselves.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, this. Yeah. So we have Alex here, who is going to take the call for tonight. And then we'll have our CEO. He will bring him on the call as well. And we'll have our technical team, technical advisor, who is going to take all the technical side of the Kiwi. So everything is going to on this call. Please make sure you guys are here till the end of this call. So Alex, mic is all yours. Please let us see the presentation and everyone, and let us meet CEO. So thank you so much. Alex, mic is all yours.
Wonderful.
Recording in progress.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Raj. Hey, Tarun, real quick. If I can't get you to mute out, I'm going to have to pull you from the call. Okay, bud? If you could keep it muted, that'd be great. So with respect to everyone's time, and I appreciate everyone being here this evening, this afternoon, or wherever you are in the world, and respect to Rick's time, I want to go ahead and introduce this gentleman. So he's currently our CEO. Once we launch the DAO, then he'll be the gentleman who's actually managing the DAO for us. And so I'm assuming that most of the people on here, Raj, have actually seen the presentation, right? They know about the company and all that already, right?
Yes, almost. I believe some of the leaders have bring their leaders, so I'm not sure if the presentation has been presented. But yeah, most of them, yeah.
No worries. So anyway, so when we were having a meeting of the minds about, putting this project together and who would be best to run it, this gentleman's name came up, and as soon as his name came up, that was it. There was nobody else that we actually wanted to do this. And one of the reasons that I've got a love for this gentleman is because he's extremely honest. He's blunt and to the point, which is how I am. So things work out real well. There's no dancing around about decisions to be made and things like that. And I watched him run another company. And what I loved about him is the fact that his dedication to the company and to what was right for the company to keep the company long term was above all else. So it didn't matter if there was any nepotism or friendships or anything like that. He did it right by the book. And he gets things done in a timely fashion, extremely intelligent, and he's got a heart of gold. And I've known him for several years now, and I have the utmost respect for this person. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the CEO of Kiwi, Mr. Rick Fleshman. Are you there? Oh, hang on.
Okay. Now I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. Wow, I didn't realize we're going to have so many people. This is amazing. I don't know how many of you guys have your trading account set up, but I've had mine set up for about 8 weeks and couldn't be more excited. We have an opportunity to create a juggernaut here. And what is a juggernaut? It's something that comes along and it's just more huge than anything else before it. And in typical fashion, MLM has been out ahead of itself. It's done that, since the history of the beginning of MLM. The first one to embrace, I mean, whether it's CBD or, wellness products, juices, And over the last 5 years, we've seen that embracement happen, but not so compliant. There's a lot of them that are not compliant, and it's a scary place out there because if someone else is holding your money, that's not good and not legal. And so we were actually staying away from trying to combine crypto with MLM until the new product, this product Kiwi, came along, and we realized the difference here is safety and security and compliance. Right now I'm working with 2 different attorney groups to get opinion letters written. One of them I'm supposed to have today. When we have solid opinions, then we'll be able to open the US and Canada. In the meantime, we'll roll out with some other countries, as you guys know, next week. And we're super excited to get going on that. Right now, the programming is coming to a close, and we're getting ready to move into testing on the smart contract, which I'm super excited about as well, because I don't know how well you know what a smart contract is, but just like a cryptocurrency coin exists on thousands of servers, therefore nobody can do bad things because it's all over the place. A smart contract is exactly the same thing. It's a series of rules that exists on thousands of servers, and so nobody can play games. It is what it is. The smart contract is. So when you connect via smart contract, when you have the API going, and when your commissions are paid, it's all being done through a smart contract. We won't be able to move downlines around or any of the games that you've seen in previous network marketing companies. So that's also very exciting. When the product was brought to me for the first time, I, of course, was extremely skeptical. I am no longer skeptical because it works. And what we're all looking for is to get in a crypto-related MLM that's here 10 years from now, that's exciting and that it works, that's compliant, and it's here 10, 20 years from now. And that hasn't happened yet. The company to come along and do that has not happened. And so we're going to make it happen, and we're doing it with a product that is exciting and that it works. It's legally compliant. And then the final piece to that is we have to be compliant. So we'll be bringing on a compliance expert, the top guy in the US. If we make it compliant here, then it'll be compliant everywhere. And compliance means not using words like percent and ROI. These aren't going to be mentioned in our website. And we'll be watching, Facebook groups and things to protect the opportunity, because it's really good, but it has to be presented a certain way. So I've written many comp plans for the industry, and I wrote this comp plan. When you get this comp plan, I watched Raj get the comp plan, like the light went on, and we all realized that there's a lot of money to be made in this company. Why? Because we're willing to pay out up to 70%. We're going to watch that. The highest paying comp plan in the industry right now is 51%. You can Google that and find that information. And so we want you guys to make amazing money, building teams and selling products. It'll be very retail centric. And right now I'm working with a team. We have marketing, editorial, network admin, a graphic designer, and then we're going to be adding, like I said, the compliance VP of international to get registered legally in every country. We'll be adding that. A customer service manager will be coming very soon. And we're just building the team out as we go. We have a tall order to be ready by next week for you guys, but to me, I think we're going to get there, and everything's feeling real good. So Alex, what else are you wanting me to cover today?
Go ahead, Raj.
But we really appreciate your presence here and having some conversation with us. People are,
my honor.
Yeah, people are looking for something they can build for, like they can create legacy with that. And this is the thing which is missing from crypto space, actually. With network, my MLM with product is still good, but MLM with crypto, we need something. So this is the solution. We have Kiwi here, and having you on board with us as a CEO, that gives us so much confidence.
Thank you.
So,
I'm honored. Thank you.
We are honored to. Rick, anything, if you have a few more minutes, you can talk with us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is like people are like how this is gonna roll out. People had this question, and I just received this question from someone. This is their question actually.
Sure. So different elements of the comp plan could roll out successively as opposed to all at once. We're waiting to find out where we end up with the comp plan right now in the smart contract. Smart contracts with comp plans, if you've written comp plans like I have, it's a whole new ball game because smart contracts behave differently. And they have there's a term, if you don't know it already, called gas. And it's basically when you apply variables like a bunch of if-then statements, the smart contract will start charging gas. And so we have to write the comp plan in a way that doesn't, it's affordable. Otherwise we would put ourselves out of business. And so we're having to test that, and we'll roll it out in phases. As you know, Raj and Alex, there's an amazing ongoing fast start bonus that you're really going to be excited about, followed by a unilevel, followed by a unigen, and followed by matches. So we're going to wait and see how that all stacks out in testing with the smart contract. And then, if it's all just flawless, which we hope for, then we'll roll it all out at once. If it's not, we might have the Kiwi bonus. This is the ongoing fast start bonus, and the unilevel. And then we'll add the other elements in as we get them tested and working out right. The longer term goal is to get compliant in the US market. When we do that, really the whole world can open, and then we'll bring in a VP of international expansion. Because it's a digital product, we'll still be able to work with people anywhere, but we do want to get registered properly in every single country. And interestingly, every country has its own rules or lack thereof. You can go into Mexico, for example, and open very easily. Canada and Japan are the two, and China, of course, are the three hardest places to open. But it's digital, like we said, so unless the country blocks us, then we'll be able to do that. I'm looking at, probably 3 months, and then we'll start planning a launch event. We might do some regional events, come over to anywhere where we have big groups happening, and do some regional events, and then a grand launch event somewhere. Probably where we have the most activity would be the best place to do that. Or we could do it streaming and do it all at the same time. It hasn't really been decided. And that's another piece of that manpower plan, we want to make sure our events look like rock concerts, and they're exciting and fun and have entertainment, and they are everything that you want, that you can be proud of, because obviously you're not just attending as a member, you're going to bring potential members to those events, and we want to make sure we show well. So that's kind of the rollout plan. Right now, what I'm busy with is our core internal team is working on a pitch deck or a PowerPoint presentation keynote, a video, and a roadmap, and getting domain names registered, and things like that. So before I jumped on here, we have a daily stand-up with the entire team, just a quick little meeting to make sure everything's on track. And we're like, right when I get off here, I'll be finishing up with the video script and the PowerPoint so we can get them over to design and have them ready for next week. So yes, we're cutting it close, but that's how we live. That's how we roll. Somebody just put a question in here about the accuracy of the bot. And by the way, nothing wrong here, but bot is not a word we'll use in any of our literature. We also won't use algorithm. These terms over conceived notion about. And so for us, it's just going to be automated trading software. And by the way, think of this answer. What's the goal of trading? You know what it is. So therefore, we never really have to say what it is. It's trading software. It's automated trading software, but has the unique factor of live body touch points. Why is that important? Well, I grew up on a farm, drove a lot of tractors. If you put a tractor in drive and let it start going, but then you jumped off the tractor, it's a machine and it's just doing what you made it do. And it'll lumber across the field till it ends up in a ditch. and then it's spinning its wheels and just doing what it does. It doesn't even know that it's doing that. With automated trading, it's not as bad as the tractor analogy, but with automated trading, there is a huge benefit to certified people watching it along the way and setting it up, doing the initial setup. So, for example, we had a guy set up the trading the other day, and he had altcoins that we had to look up to figure out what they were. I mean, they were very obscure and vague, and they would have been difficult to trade. So the live body element of this, the traders looked at it and said, you know, hey, we need to get permission to consolidate these into more tradable coins. So that's one of the advantages of the live body. It's a layer of protection to make sure our tractor doesn't go in the ditch and spin its wheels. And so that's another unique selling point to this whole thing. Yeah. So those of you that are in it already, we have noticed that it trades better with the higher amounts. And we're actually looking at that because there's going to be a lot of people that put, you know, $500 in this. We want to make sure that it works well for them too. So that's actually being looked at and perfected as we speak. Right. Alex and Raj, what other questions or issues can I go over?
I believe, Rick, if you don't have time, I know you had a few minutes for us. But if you don't want to take questions today, that is fine, because we have our technical advisor here to answer the questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I
can hang around. Go ahead, Alex. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say for you, Rick, that I would want you to kind of cover is kind of the, you know, we're trying to change the industry. You and I have had conversations about this. And based on what you've put together and what's been put together for the company, what do you see as far as, you know, the market changing in the industry and longevity?
It's a great question. Look at some of the crypto deals out there. I've been in one that literally just disappeared with everyone's money. Okay. It looked so real. And so in marketing, we have a term called differentiating factor or unique selling point. And there's a growing number of people in companies that are crypto related that are becoming smart enough to ask the question, who holds the money? And they're smart enough to know that if it's in a company's wallet, even though the company says, oh, it's in a totally secure wallet, well, it may be secure, but if the company is holding the wallet, then it is not a compliant product in the US market for sure, or any English-speaking country, and it's dangerous. And so what we're bringing, that we're going to change this industry. The industry right now is charging, right? But now we're going to make it take a big right turn, an angular turn into something which is safety, compliance, reliability, where you know that nobody can take off with your money. Even in a smart contract, nobody can take off with your money, but in this, it's even safer, or as safe, because your money is in your cryptocurrency wallet. This is a huge deal, you guys, because other companies aren't doing that. We can name them, but we're nice people and we don't call people out on our Zoom calls. But you're all thinking of one or two right now. I sent them my money, they held my money, and hopefully they'll return it with an ROI. And so instead now, you hold your money. You're in control of your money. And we have a sophisticated, super successful automated trading platform with live body certified touch points from professional money managers who are certified to look at this stuff and tell us what to do next, or if to see before anyone else does if something is getting off track. This is a huge selling point. Wouldn't you agree, Alex? I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah. 100%.
So this is like a vitamin coming along that cures COVID. And you get the government to say, yeah, it does. You're right, it cures COVID. And then we put it in a network marketing company. That would be a juggernaut of a network marketing company. Everybody would want that product. Or if it prevents COVID, everybody's going to get that, right? What we have is something that everybody in this space wants, and they are gaining the knowledge to know to ask this. And so everybody I've talked about it, that's what I lead with. Safety, security, compliance. You hold the money, it's right there. I use Coinbase because it's a US, it's the first one I ever used. I can go in there and shut that off anytime. Nobody has access to my money but me. And you guys, it's a huge selling point, huge. And so another thing I didn't mention yet is the core values. Alex remembers, and some of you guys might remember a previous company where I was the CEO. The only thing I ever talked about were the core values of our company. Who are we going to be as a group of people? You create your core values or else they create you. And I know you can look at other companies that you've been around where they have not great core values. There's an element of only caring about the money, only caring about me, and not being in a contribution mode. Like one core value is Kiwi develops and nurtures humble servant leaders. Like Alex and Raj, I've already gotten to know, and I know that's who they are. They're here for you, to serve you, because they know if they help you get what you want, then they're going to get what they want. And so the core value aspect of this, I'll be shoving it down your throat a lot. We gotta make sure we operate with kindness, respect, and compliance, and we will be that company. We'll be that company that's coming from our heart, creating relationships and helping people. Very important.
And what about longevity of the company, Rick? What do you think?
You know, we all want to be in the last one that we're ever in, right? And there are many, many, many moving parts. I believe we have a product that could be the last one that we're ever in. I believe we have a compliant product that could make it so this is the last one. The rest of it is up to us as a team, that we are not out there saying this thing cures cancer, that we're not out there saying, hey, it's 0.5% a day. ROI, you're going to make a lot of money. None of these things have a space in our existence, or we could not have a long living company just because we couldn't get a lid on what is being claimed. And so what's being claimed is super important. I can tell you this right now. I've seen this product work. Some of you guys have too. The truth is all you need to make this thing huge. You don't have to tell people they're going to make money because they already know the goal behind trading. You don't have to use terms like ROI, gain, bot, algorithm. You don't need any of those terms. It's automated trading software where you keep your money in your account. What questions do you have? Well, how much can I make? Well, you know how trading is. You either make it or you don't. So you just have to get in and see. We have a past track record, and we'll develop company compliant languaging for you guys to know what you can say. Like right now, I'm working with some trading reports that we want to use in the PowerPoint. And the attorney is telling me what I can and can't have in that trading report that I can actually show that maybe shows a gain. Like if it shows 100% gains in all the trades, which it doesn't, that's not good because it paints the wrong picture. So the trader gains more than it loses, and we just need to keep it that way. And we need everybody to understand what trading and what the goal is in trading without saying, hey man, how would you like to make 0.5 point or 0.5% a day? We don't want that to be said. So compliance, Alex, is I think what's going to have the biggest effect on the longevity of the company and relevant
100%.
Products as we move through automated trading, and then DeFi with the liquidity pool and the yield farming. What's going to be the next thing? Because 6 months ago, none of us had ever heard of DeFi really. It was about 6 months, I guess. So what is it going to be? We already know that we're not going to do DeFi for the rest of our lives, and there isn't going to be something new. Before DeFi, it was what? Master nodes. And before master nodes, it was mining. So, what's it going to be? Because there's going to be something. And so the way we'll stay relevant as a company is to have that something before anyone else does. And we have the people behind this product who they're way out there. They are way, way out there. They know the next thing coming, and we'll be listening to them as far as how to guide the direction of our product line.
Perfect. Thank you, Rick. I know you've got a hard stop coming up. And
Yep.
Raj, do you have one last question for him? Or
I think we are good because then we will have our technical advisor to answer the questions because people have
Okay.
for
I'm going to mute out and keep listening, but so great to meet 100 exactly people, and can't wait to know you by name and understand what's going on in your life and what makes your motivation and what your why is, and help us create the core values. And really super excited to move ahead with all of you. And you are at the germination phase, so be patient. We're getting it all ready, but we're definitely at the germination phase of this whole thing. Somebody just asked about the cost several times. We don't have it completely dialed in, but it's going to be based just like the big trading firms that do automated trading, like Binance or whatever, where they charge a per trade in and a per trade out fee. We've gone through several iterations with our attorneys on how we're going to charge. And one of the issues is because we're paying a commission to an MLM person, that changes how we can charge. For example, we couldn't charge you on your gain, like 30% of your gain is your fee, and then we pay commission on that, because now we're paying a commission on the gain, which is not legal. And the goal here is to do this with the absolute squeaky clean legality and compliance that nobody can say a bad word about it. And that's just how it has to be, especially in some of the more strict areas like here in the US and Canada. So right now we're looking at it'll be an in and out fee, very small. And then the trader will trade. Some days it doesn't do any trading, and then other days it trades 100 times. So it has the capability of hundreds of times per second. You can, by the way, if you're in there, you can see where the bot is. I used a bad word. You can see where the automated trading platform has you in terms of risk, because you can tell by the percentage of USD that you have in there, or that's how I look at it. I was asking them, why is it 80%? And they said, because it's super conservative right now. So the more USD or fiat currency it has, the more conservative it's trading. The other day I looked in there, it was 9% USD. And I said to them again, wow, it's down to 9. They're like, yeah, it's trading hard right now. And so that's one way you can check that. But hey, thanks a lot for having me, you guys. I'm really, really happy. Raj, Alex told me that you sent me a WhatsApp, but I don't have it. So I don't know if you're saying it, if you're talking to the right person. Just want to make sure you know that I don't have it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Thank you, Rick.
Okay.
I appreciate
Thanks, guys. I'll be listening, but I'm going to go off the camera and review a script.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
And for everybody else, so here's the thing. I know there's a lot of questions about the company and all that, so I'm going to go through a real quick presentation before we bring on the tech. One question that I was in there that I saw that I really want to answer, because it's a fun question for me to answer. I was actually talking to the next gentleman that I'm going to introduce, and he was bringing all this technology, and we were kind of conceptualizing the whole thing. And he said, you know, what do you want to call the company? I said, you can call it Kiwi for all I care, as good as this thing is. And that's literally how the name came up. and Kiwi stands for knowledgeable, intelligent wallet interface, which you'll see here in a minute. So I'm going to share my screen and go through a real quick presentation for everybody. So we're going to answer a lot of those questions real quick.
Yeah, Alex, I just want to say, everyone, please stay on the call, because after this presentation, we will have all the questions answered by the technical advisor who's bringing all the tech. So please stay here.
What do you see on your screen, Raj?
Yeah, I can see the presentation. First slide.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're good.
Okay, let me this. And guys, so wait till the end of the presentation. If you put your questions in the chat, that way I can go through and answer them that way. It'll be easier, so we can keep everything quiet, and then we'll go through the questions and get them answered, if that's fair.
Yeah, better.
So awesome. So we're gonna do a real quick presentation. You already know the name of the company is Kiwi. And the big thing for us is that we wanted to simplify a way for people to enter into the cryptocurrency marketplace. And we believe that we've done it. So in this slide, things that we've already talked about this. One of the big things that is our driver here at Kiwi is that we want to flip the paradigm of the entire industry. Meaning all of us, most of us, some of us have actually given our money to a company where they say, you know, send it to us. We're going to do X, Y, Z with it. And then you just ask for your commissions and we're going to give them back to you anytime you want. And that's not how it works. We know that the scenario doesn't work that way. 100% of the time that I have let someone else, the custodian of my cryptocurrency in their company, I have lost my money 100% of the time. And even now, there's people who are literally questioning how we're doing up this business. And like Rick said, we're in the germination phase. I mean, we're in the basement phase of this company. And there's people like, well, you know, this company's better because XYZ. Okay, so let me ask you a question about XYZ company. So when you go to ask for your commissions, how do you get that? Well, yeah, we have to request it. If you have to request your commissions or you have to send your money to someone else, you are not in control of that money, and eventually you will not have that. So in a situation like this, what we're going to lay out for you, we're giving all the power back to the networkers, back to the people who are building the company. It's always in your control, and we're flipping the paradigm from you trust us to us trust you. And I'll go through what I mean by that. So the Kiwi system, the idea is to develop a safe, trustless environment, something that allowed the user to be able to participate in cryptocurrency without actually giving up their assets and losing the custodian control. That's really important, right? Non-custodial services to help grow the assets. So we believe that the future of the industry is exactly this. It has to be a situation where you stay in control. Kiwi stands for knowledgeable, intelligent wallet interface. So we bring all that together in the products that we're going to roll out for you. And we've got more products coming out after launch, but we've got now and coming out at launch, no one else, like a corporate. So there's always a chance of messing up, things not working correctly. In our system, since it's a smart contract, users have full control. The smart contract pays out immediately. There's no human factor. So nobody can get greedy. Nobody can decide to not pay you. Nobody can do the math wrong on the commission. Nobody can do any of that. And because of that, we're 100% transparent. It's right there on the smart contract on the blockchain, and you can take a look at everything whenever you want to. Sorry, I'm trying to advance the slide. Here's the other thing. We're a DAO. So we're a decentralized autonomous organization. You maintain control of your assets. And the whole thing about the DAO is that we're giving the rights, the responsibilities, all back to the people. The first product I'm going to talk about and share with you is something that's literally a revolutionary game changer. So remember, in this DAO, we're going to talk about the DAO here in a little bit when it comes to leadership. The leadership is going to have voting rights. And those voting rights are going to determine the path of the company. We'll be the first company of its kind in the network marketing space. And so the first product is a Q100. Everybody knows that trading is a tedious task, right? So you literally have to, I don't know why this is, sorry about that. You would literally have to have 5 different monitors. You have to monitor 1-minute candles all day long. This guy's losing his hair back there. And you'd have to become a professional at trading. By the time you become a professional at trading, your wife has left or your husband's already left, the kids are gone, and you're sitting there by yourself. You made some money, hopefully, but if not, is the cost really worth it? And if you want to go be a day trader, go do that. We're not saying that you can't. We're not saying that our trading assistant does anything that you can't do on your own. But why do that when you could literally have the trading assistant do it for you? So we have the trading assistant does it for you. We have humans that actually been managing a crypto hedge fund who do it for you. So they've already got the education. They've already got the time. They've already got the bullet wounds and the battle scars in play. And they're taking all of that, their knowledge, and they're assisting the trading assistant, if you will, or the technology, the AI, and they're teaching the AI even more. So we even have something that maybe our tech will talk about. And if you guys can mute yourself, it'd be great. So that he'll talk about, and where they're already predicting with 1-minute candles what a 5-minute candle is going to do. So that's huge, and that's coming as well. So it's a simplified trading system for cryptocurrency. It allows you to trade cryptocurrency, multiple assets, and multiple pairs on your exchange with your choice without ever actually giving up your custodian of your cryptocurrency. So you never give up your assets, never actually passing the asset anywhere except for your own exchange. So you maintain control the entire time. You never give us a withdrawal ability. So you actually never have the ability to lose your funds. It allows you to actually be able to make make profits from your device, from your own exchange without ever giving up being the custodian. You can do it through Binance, you can do it through Coinbase, you can do it through Huobi, you can do it through Kraken. We've got several exchanges that you can do it from. So the game changer as a whole, because you have full control and access, if I keep saying that enough, we're not asking you to trust the system. We're telling you, we're showing you history of how the system's performed. The system's been around since 2016. And so this is a trustless system. In a minute, I'm going to show you how we're the ones who are actually trusting you. You don't have to actually trust us. And so your assets stay in your exchange, giving you the best ability to get the biggest gains. What kind of strategy do we use? So here at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over part of this call over to our tech, because what I really want him to do is talk about how the grid strategy with the martingale and what that does and why this is so important, this is so critical. So when it came to having this piece put together for this company, I could only think of one person. And I don't trust very many people, especially in the cryptocurrency space. And I also wanted, Ford, when he built the first car, he would flat tell you that he always surrounded himself with people who were smarter than him. And this gentleman I'm going to introduce right now, JB, he actually is much smarter than me. There's no question about it, especially in the crypto space. And I can go toe to toe with just about anybody in crypto, but not with JB. So I called him up and said, hey, listen, I need a smart contract. Here's what I'm trying to put together. And he goes, your timing couldn't be any better. And he starts throwing all this stuff at me. And all the stuff he's throwing at me is literally what you're going to see right now. So JB, are you there?
I'm here.
Take over,
Thanks, Alex, for that great introduction. Absolutely. So we're excited for really good reasons, guys. When you're in the space of managing multiple millions of dollars in the hedge fund environment, you have a fiduciary responsibility to your members that are minimum by the rate of $100,000 per client on the lowest level to perform better than what the market normal conditions are. So what we have done here, if we've taken that high VIP level service and brought it to the end user, to have somebody have as little as $1,000 in their own cryptocurrency exchange account and get that type of exclusive institutional level trading experience without having to have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in their own account. So the way that this system is functioning is, as Rick said, is it is a trading assistant. It's a simplified trading assistant, and it's assistant software that is managed by professional hedge fund traders. So this allows us to do multiple trades in multiple pairs. And currently, in the current market conditions, the martingale grid scalping trailing strategy is the most effective. Now, there are 15 strategies currently that can be implemented in this system. So you have these professional traders, and the thing that is important is really enter and exit, and being able to do that in a fashion to where it scales into the trade and then scales out of the trade. So the problem with other systems that are out there, whether it be a copying type of a system or it's just a total machine itself, is the systems that are copying, usually you're copying after the trader has made his action, which means that the trade price is already higher because you're following someone else's trade. So you end up buying to support the push-up of other people's purchase. And in that case, you're making less profits. And then when things are being exited, if you're following a copying system, they're exiting before you are, so you don't make the same gains on the downtrend as well. So what this does is it makes microtransactions into positions and then microtransactions out of positions, allowing large volumes to be traded on a very effective scale. It's like a super heads-up display dashboard for a trader to be able to manage 1,000 individual trade accounts at the same time through this API interface. So it's taking the same action on all of the accounts when placing entry orders and placing exit orders. So that allows it to trade in a grid pattern and follow the market trend and be able to have a better chance for success, giving you all of your time back. Now we're trading spot trading. So because we're trading spot trading, there is no margin call. So there's no leverage. So there's no way for you to be liquidated on an asset. In this type of a scenario, you're trading top pairs and the machine does not make decisions to take losses. It can trade into a position and then trade out without a gain, but it won't sell at a loss. And this is a live chart here that you're seeing. This live chart is actually showing you on 30-minute candles, Solana USDT, and it's showing you exactly how many trades that are happening. Currently, we're in the process of putting up live streaming channels. Those will be available beginning of next month, the first week of next month. These are live streaming to individual trade accounts, and there'll be multiple live streaming channels. So whereas you as prospecting to have transparency, you'll be able to send someone to a live streaming actual trading account running live before they even try it themselves. Now, currently, because of the way that we have this system set up, we actually, everyone that is on this call and for all the people early on are able to try this technology before the soft launch happens, which gives you the ability to plug it into your own exchange account and build a testimonial. Now, the dashboard isn't live yet, so your reporting is inside of your own account. So this is for the people that are like, I'm gonna do this. This sounds like it's the right opportunity for me. I want to plug in my own assets so I can build a history so that I can have testimonials. So when I go out and share this with my friends and colleagues, I have my own account proving it, because every company in the world can tell you what they have done or talk about trading history and make up any type of charts. They could pull it out and you could take the history of Bitcoin and say that you made all these profitable trades. But the way to actually know that it works is for you to plug in a certain amount of resource on your own account. And currently that's all being done in a pre-enrollment environment. So now you can try it, experience it, let it run for the next couple of months and see all of this trade results, and then compare it to whatever it else is that you're doing out there and see that this is a completely hands-free for you environment to where you can just let the institutional level people trade on a powerful, powerful, powerful way. And the other thing that we're doing is we're leveraging statistics to manage the entire system. So we're feeding in data information and we're pulling in multiple data points. There's over 171 different data points on our machine learning engine that we're using to build out this assisted system. So this gives us a lot of info when we're able to make basically the right decisions in order on what pairs to trade. So we're back testing every single pair. We back test 300 pairs a day, every single day. So even that in action in itself, it would take an individual the entire day to spend the time to do that. And our backtesting technology is different than anything else in the marketplace because we're backtesting actually on the exchange, on the pair with the volume history of the exchange pair that we're getting ready to make a trade into. So we're not just backtesting on the idea, we're actually backtesting in the live market with the proper information. The technology that we're building into this system is going to give an extremely amazing dashboard. And some of the stuff that is in this here, we'll have to obviously compliance-wise edit as far as, but these are actual live trading history. So you'll be able to see that this is stuff that's already happened. These are live accounts, these are individuals' accounts, and you can see some of the trading results as the processes went through. The good thing about this, and you can continue to skip through these slides as I talk, if you don't mind, Alex. The good thing about this trading results is that you can actually go down into even a bear type of market scenario, and it can continue to trade through that process so that you're never really stuck in a position. Okay, there we go. Stick here for 1 second. So example, if you're trading, like if, for example, here, if we use the example of bond USD. So imagine if bond, instead of going up 20% like it did, it went down 20%. If you're making this 6% on a daily basis, you would have recovered your position in that same time period. So it would have took you 4 days to recover your position and bring you back out of a trade if it was in a minus. This, of course, is in a positive scenario. And these are percentages that really happen. They can range all different percentages. we'll set up a low, medium, high risk type environment. And these are all like a white glove service. And eventually we'll have it to where you'll be able to pick your own pair and say, I want to trade this. I want to collect this specific coin. I want to trade and collect Ethereum or Bitcoin or BNB. And I don't want to collect dollars. You'll have all these different options in our system in the near future. Now, this is the trading side of things. It's super exciting because we are changing the way that people think about trading. And we're changing the way, absolutely, the way they think about direct sales and trading. You will have the sort of truth in this system because you'll have your own trading results in your own account. You'll be able to recruit out of other situations with that truth scenario because you'll change the way that people think. And people will not join companies after this launches that pool funds together. It will become a question and a list of questions that you'll ask before you'll make an opportunity. And because this is so right and true and doing it the way where there's no funds pooling, you're basically able to build something that is going to make you impenetrable in the marketplace. And because you're building it in this completely transparent fashion, it becomes the new standard of the industry. So when we pioneer this standard, you will be able to go out to anyone else that is in any other type of company that exists in the marketplace, and you don't have to bash their company to win for them to join what you're doing, because you're building the standard of excellence. And this level of transparency will not be able to be matched by other companies because their intentions are not correct. Their intentions are not to give you the highest performance. Their intention is to sell you a package and to build it up to a certain point and then disappear. When there's enough volume going on and they've paid out less commissions, then the system evaporates. This system's intention is to build profit in your account. And as you build profit in your account, then it's fair to say that part of those profits should be paid back into the smart contract for the person referring it and for the ecosystem to grow in value. So it's not about selling a package. It's about increasing the individual asset, just like a hedge fund does for institutional level investors, people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're fiduciary responsible and we're financially responsible to help the people make more money off of their money. That's why a hedge fund is regulated the way that it is. So with that being said, I'm going to take you into the next part of this. And the next part of this is something that has never been done before in the cryptocurrency marketplace. This is a parachain decentralized DEX aggregator. So it's a mouthful in terminology, but let's just take it as a simple way of speaking in it. If you were to go and utilize or even explain DeFi to someone, people don't understand DeFi as a whole. Explaining DeFi to someone is a hard process to do. And some of you out there are doing this already, but you're not getting paid for it. So this system allows you to go out and teach somebody what decentralized finance is. And decentralized finance is the ability to trade cryptocurrency on your own wallet address through smart contract interactions. And when you do trading, you're able to, in this system, get a commission kickback through that amazing compensation plan that they shared earlier. So with this scenario, you're able to have a compensation on every single trade, on every single action that happens throughout the entire DeFi system. You're also able to have a compensation based on yield farming and a compensation based on lending, flash loans. All of those things send back resources through the compensation plan. This is going to be built with vaults, so it'll have bridge scenarios to allow you to work cross-chain. So you could take and put, say, Bitcoin, for example, into a vault and have it automatically convert into WBTC or convert into BBTC. Currently and initially, it's going to be on multiple chains in BSC and Ethereum. In the future, it will be on Tron and Polygon, Matic, which is Polygon, and Solana, and multiple. It'll basically cover all of the main chains that are in the marketplace as a whole. It's 500 smart contracts connecting you to over 17,000 main smart contracts. Think about this as a DeFi discovery smart contract search engine oracle that discovers the best opportunities in all of the smart contract space, audits them thoroughly, and delivers you an opportunity that's safe, secure, inside of your own wallet. This is Q1000. Q100 is absolutely amazing and it works great, and most people are used to exchanges. So now the DeFi aspect and the DeFi revolution is happening. This is the biggest revolution in fintech that has ever occurred. DeFi started in 2019 with about $1 million in locked assets. Today, it's $150 billion in locked assets. This, as a whole, in the next 3 years, will surpass the entire market cap of cryptocurrency itself today. DeFi will be bigger than cryptocurrency is today in the next 3 years. And we know this because this is allowing people to have complete custodial service over their own tokens, and realizing that now, because you have a certain amount of cryptocurrency, you have an asset that is willable, transferable, be able to take lending credit against it. Your wallet address becomes your credit score just because you hold it. In the next 3 years, if you have one Bitcoin, you have a major chance to be an echelon of people that is completely different than everything else in the rest of the world. In the next 10 years, holding one Ethereum gives you that same aspect. This is the best way for you to generate units of these tokens in a simplistic fashion and earn a commission for doing it. You're going to educate people on cryptocurrency anyways. You might as well get paid for it and have the best tools and the safe environment to help people grow their crypto asset. So that's what this is all about. It's a huge part of the ecosystem. It's something that's going to come after our initial soft launch phase. This will be a 90 to 120 day period when we go into the actual full pre-launch, as Rick and his team bake out the brand and do all of the things on the side of corporate and build out this absolutely gorgeous, beautifully done company. All of this is pre-branding. As you can see, there's a name, but there's no logos or anything around it. This is all pre-branding. This is all stuff that is you're seeing in the germination, which means the seed is sitting on the counter. There's water poured on it. It hasn't even been stuck in the ground yet. It's going to be stuck in the ground on the 31st. Then the roots are going to grow, and then the top will start to come out in the next 120 days. Then you'll start to see the plant flower. And at that time period, you're going to have trading testimonials. You're going to have all the results in your own account, and you're going to be able to take this juggernaut, behemoth of a machine, into the world. This can help rewrite your financial genealogy. And you, in this generation, because of this technology, will have a bigger opportunity than anyone in the history of your family lineage in the last 10 generations, because it's a unique opportunity in time to have all of the technology come to a perfect point to where fintech or financial and technology meet at this perfect crust in time. And you have that absolute ability to be able to make the decision to take major action. So this is a DeFi system. It's a liquidity pools. You're able to actually also participate in liquidity pools on PancakeSwap and on Uniswap. And those liquidity pools, as they're producing returns, you're able to make a commission on every single one of them. And we're using a Merkle tree effect for gas structure. So we're able to connect all these 500 smart contracts together and have a lower gas scenario than you would even doing this by yourself using the platforms. Consider of it like a secondary layer of technology on top of the smart contract layer. So it's a smart contract layer on top of the protocol and on top of the smart contract layer, connecting these platforms all together, giving you one source to be able to pull everything back together. The average person is not going to be able to find all the newest opportunities. They're not going to find some of these exclusive opportunities that will end up coming to this platform. This platform will give you that ability and give you the easiest experience for connecting, making DeFi simple, making liquidity pools simple, making yield farming effective and simplistic for smaller assets. And then for the larger assets, it becomes a place where you just store all of your crypto asset. The goal is not to sell a product package. The goal is to get to the entire crypto savings account and keep it completely safe and secure so you never start again, because that's what ends up happening. You end up starting over and over again if you don't follow systems that are completely audited and tested. And these will all be audited by multiple third-party audit companies. Kiwi will do the audits externally through the third-party companies. Some of these smart contracts have already got their own audits done. The Kiwi system will be auditing the smart contracts audits as a whole. So it gives you a very, very, very powerful, very safe experience. Legal compliance. Now, Rick touched on this, and to go through this, he's got one legal opinion that will be ready hopefully today or in the next couple of days. There's no pooling of funds in this entire system. We'll have legal opinions in multiple markets. Every place that we go into the world as we're building this, as this is being built out, they will have legal opinions, legal scrutiny for the local marketplace. It's going to be the most compliant environment that you've ever worked. So that is completely protected and safe and gives people the absolute ability to build amazing things. I think that that's the majority of things on the technology side, guys. I think we probably could stop for 1 second and maybe answer some tech questions and then jump real quick into the compensation plan if you'd like.
Yeah, better. Wow, JB, that was a great presentation for our technical side, actually. That is what we were waiting for.
Yeah, if you have a tech question, please put it in the chat.
I think we have those questions in this chat room already.
Yeah, we have some from earlier, but I think a lot of those got answered.
Okay. So
Yeah, if you want to look through there and see if there's any questions, you can just ask me for the person so they don't have to be unmuted, and we can just so any questions you guys have, just write them in the chat. I think is probably the best way. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
maybe there was just way too much excitement that you're just still thinking about how this is versus asking questions. I know that I'm excited, and you probably can hear it in my voice, because to me, having something like this is a godsend. It's like, we all want to do this. We've all had this desire. We all want to help our families out. We all want to financially free our friends and everybody that is around us. But these companies keep failing us. They keep doing things, and they have all these open endpoints for places where greed take control, and they just don't have the intentions to do the right things. So if we could build something that was totally not controlled by humans in the aspect of the commission system, and then the trading aspect is done by a fully regulated trading fund, we would be able to have something that we can do for the next 20 years. And the only reason that it ever changes is just because technology changes and the system continues to evolve with it. So imagine if you could build a company for 20 years and have a real legacy situation with a crypto product. This is the key. So, all right.
So here's the first question. Yeah, JB. So do we need KYC?
So there will be today it's pre-enrollment. So there's not a KYC on the pre-enrollment. There will be KYC in the future as it goes. Every exchange, I think, is going to the same level of aspect. But today, the pre-enrollment, you're able to get in, and then you're going to expect to be KYC. Your KYC will end up in your NFT. So when this whole system is structured on NFTs, so when a person takes a position in the organization, they'll actually get an NFT, which is their badge. And gives them all ranking and anything that you would have access. It's like your VIP card to the ecosystem.
What's the minimum to start?
Today, I suggest at least 1,000. We'll probably have the ability to handle smaller accounts, but for you to get the good quality testimonial in the beginning, and so we don't have like an overrun of customer service, 1K is the minimum.
And then Kiwi 1000.
Your own account.
Yeah. So does Kiwi 1000 interact with all DEX aggregator at the same time, including cross chains?
It is a parachain scenario, starting with Ethereum and BSC, soon to be added Tron and Bitcoin and other cross chains. Those are, in a sense, some of those chains that are going to be added are not smart contract chains. So there'll be a vault scenario built into place as those bridges are being built. So yes, it interacts with those two chains in the beginning, and then it'll be continually adding. Every 14 days, we have a technology sprint. So we will be adding new features to the product every 14 days. Then we let our technology guys sleep for 2 days because they have to, but only 2 days in every 14 days. And then we have another sprint.
Next question, Amy Pickleman. She said, still wondering how this is different than other auto traders out there where my funds stay in my account and uses API.
Yep. So the main difference is the fact that it's controlled by institution, little hedge fund traders, as well as the fact that we're pulling so much information in to make the right enter and exit decision. So you could go ahead and plug in, some type of, there's not really, the term artificial intelligence is not a reality. There is no artificial intelligence engines out there in the marketplace as a whole. The amount of data that it would take for them to actually truly build that would take more information than's ever really been in the industry as a whole. So in the future, there will be real artificial intelligence, but today you might have some things that have machine learning, and we're utilizing that machine learning to be able to predict markets to get the best result. So we'll build something that we could call artificial intelligence eventually, but today there is no such thing as that. It's just a term that they throw into the market. Artificially intelligence is used through the individual traders. So having intelligent people make decisions on when to take profits and taking those profits in a microtransaction fashion, having the ability to exit slowly and not crashing the tokens that you're in. Because if you're trading anything that is not top 100, if you're trading in a higher risk scenario to get the best gains, if you exit your position and you're being copied by, or someone is copying your trade, you could take and crash the value to where the original trader makes money, but then the people behind him don't. So in this scenario, the microtransactions of scaling in and out allow the best performance for all that are trading in these assets. There's no real such thing as a scalable opportunity if they don't do microtransactions, because they usually are putting an order on the book, and that's going to affect the price of the token, as you know, with how volatile the marketplace is.
Where to pre-enroll right now, get with your upline, whoever invited you, and work your way all the way up to Rajneesh, and you'll get your pre-enrollment. And you're going to want to use the MetaMask wallet. Okay, next question. Can we get paid in any crypto? What if all crypto coins can fall down in some bad day? Guessbot will be take care with a stop loss. Let me use that person now.
The system is not designed with a stop loss. Stop loss is in our internal conversation, we say stop losses for nomads or for muggles. Stop losses are for people that think that the industry is going to die as a whole. So stop loss in our scenario, we're trading at lower ranges to continue to produce USDT or USD or a stable token or BNB, whatever the coin is that we're trading against. So as the market falls, if the market fell like it did back in May, in June, it's falling again in the early parts of June. We traded when Bitcoin hit 28,000, we traded 2,800 times that day. We made 7% that day, and it took about 17 days to recover the entire 50% dip that happened. So we continue trading in those lower levels in a grid pattern to bring the asset value back. If you were stuck in, if for some reason we did not catch the dip before it happened, it would continue to trade and make profit in the downtrending scenario. So that way you're always able to recover the asset and continue trading versus taking a stop loss. And if you had a time where there's bear traps in the marketplace and you continue to take stop losses, you end up destroying and eliminating your asset as a whole. This way you hold the asset, the market's not going to go away, and you're keeping those original units of token as well as continuing to produce USDT or stablecoin.
Okay, with another company I was with, I lost a. Hey, Rajneesh, I made you a partner, a co-host. If you can mute people out.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man. I lost a lot when the market retraced because although the bot was making profit, the currency went down significantly. So I lost in the end. Could this happen with this company, or is there a risk mitigation strategy?
Sure. Well, that's basically the same question again, but like I was saying, if the market retraces, let's say it retraces 30%. So you're in position, you went into more of a position. The machine will still have enough dollars in the account to cover that, to continue to trade. There's two things that we're putting into implementation. One is just the fact that the strategy is a grid. It's not martingale where it's buying chunks. It's buying grid and selling grid. So if a $10 coin was to go up and to move, basically, there could be 10 transactions on that $10 coin based on if it was to go 100%. So every dollar it's moving in and out of position. As the coin is bouncing, if it went from $1 to $3 and then back down, it's selling at the 3 point and then buying back down at the dollar point. So those little bounces, you're making dollars. Those dollars that you're making are allowing you to continually trade even if the market is to crash. Now, the other thing that we're putting in place on the DeFi aspect of this is something we call trade assurance. It's not insurance, it's assurance. It's assurance that as a market continues to crash, you're able to produce USDT or stablecoin so that you can continue your trading machine functioning. That's done through liquidity provision. So you provide liquidity to stablecoin pairs. USDC, USDT is a good example. Now, we're at a point in place in the world where there's only about $150 million worth of USDT available on the Ethereum chain. So that means that there is a real need for liquidity, and you're able to get paid in stablecoin on stablecoin liquidity pairs. You can set your account, and then set another amount into the DeFi system to where you're always producing dollars. So in case of a market retracement of like 60% and you went all the way into a position, that trade assurance is going to create dollars to where you can put that back into the machine, then to the trader to pull yourself back up out of the position. The idea is to not sell at a loss. The idea is to understand that yes, the industry will go up and down, but it is ultimately going to grow, and to keep trading and have your system keep trading. Even if in a normal scenario, you would go out of range completely and stop trading, this will allow you to keep trading.
I like this next question. Will the membership NFT have growing value in itself?
Of course. Yeah. So it's a good question. So think about this as normally in a direct sale situation, you're all dependent on whether the company is going to allow you to will transfer your position. But this NFT, as everything that is happening, especially in your organization, you could annualize the amount of resource that it's generating based on your network. So if you were to bring in an organization and grow it to 1 million in volume in API access accounts, then you know that there's a certain amount of trade fees that are going to be generated, and that could be actualized as a whole. So the asset value of your NFT is like a social community with crypto accounts. So imagine each one of these NFTs that you're building as an asset, as an organization. It's a anonymous social community to the individual that's purchasing the NFT from you. And when the NFT is sold, of course, it goes back to the original holder, a percentage every time. If you were to sell your position, it creates an entirely new level of marketplace for your networking organization, to where you're like, okay, well, I built this for 6 months. I love it. It's awesome. But I would like to have a nice chunk and advance basically on my commissions. You can put your NFT up and basically have another distributor or have another individual purchase your NFT position. You transfer them the asset and take an advance on your commission to however level. The evaluation for a social community is like 36 times for a social community. On a social community with a trading engine behind it and a commission, it's massive. So yes, great question.
Yeah.
Rick warned everybody about not saying the word ROI, so he's trying not to say ROI, but he's asking what has the trading system been averaging percentage-wise?
I'll tell you this much. So our hedge fund traders goal, and only there's something called NAV and alpha. Alpha is what you get paid on as a hedge fund manager. So our NAV is Bitcoin. So our goal in our entire system has been to beat Bitcoin. And that's what we've been able to do since 2016. So if Bitcoin is the NAV, now we have dollar NAV, but we still are using the same the same scenario to outproduce Bitcoin. So without talking about percentages exactly, we can say that our goal is always to outperform Bitcoin. And if you did that in any of these time periods, which we have done, you would have amazing results.
Can we expect Kiwi tokens in the near future?
I would say not near. Eventually, I think that it's probably something that will be an option, because having the ability to reduce your performance costs for trade fees would be something that would make sense to have a token. But it's not something that is in the roadmap today. It might be something in the future as the securities become more clear, and this might be something that it would be considered that. It might even be registered as that. We'll see how the regulatory framework comes out for that. But this is not like you're not going to see like a pre-launch and it's like, ooh, boom, there's a Kiwi coin in a month from now or anything like that. We're not designing it that way. It's about making people profit, building a very strong community. And then we'll have a DAO vote on whether a coin makes sense. And you guys decide when that time period for that to occur would be.
And then Hank is asking questions about other languages. Yeah, we're going to have other languages. What other languages are in production right now, JB?
There's 8 languages in production. The 8 main languages, Asian languages, as well, the eight main languages of the 8 most spoken languages in the world.
Okay, and then there's a lot of questions about the $1,000. So you're saying that minimum is 1,000. Is the 1,000 what we'll need to be in our trading account, how many trades will happen per day, when the trading will end with an account holding $1,000, and is it $1,000 minimum to start?
In your trading account, yes. There's not any minimum requirement on trade credit scenario. That's going to happen as we roll that out. And it's in your account. Yes. It's right now, to keep customer service from insanity level, it's a minimum of 1,000 in your own Binance or your own Coinbase or your own API account.
Yeah, so it's going to be less in the future. Right now, during soft launch and pre-launch, for sure, we want to keep it at 1,000. Correct?
Yeah, it would be a customer service nightmare to have it anything less, because the amount of people that'll be on there. And also you'll want to do this as well, because if you have customers that come in with 100 or 500, when it moves by 10%, because it's trading. So understand it's trading. So trading, it has to go up and down for it to make profit. So if somebody has 500 and it's their last 500 or last 100, they curse you when it moves to 90 or 80 to make the profit that it's going to make to come back to 120. So you don't want to deal with that small of accounts in the beginning. It's way too much headache. Yeah, compounding, yes.
I'm sorry?
Yep. Somebody asked, what about compounding? Yeah, you'll have the ability to actually re-roll the assets that are in the account as profits are being made. There's going to be a button on the dashboard to have that done basically in an auto fashion. So basically every time you're going to be compounding, you top up your account, make sure you have all your trade fees, and then you can compound your rewards as much as you want to. It's in your own account. So that's your choice. And then we'll have the opportunity for you to continue to trade the rest of the asset.
Here's a follow-up question. I understand you don't use a stop loss. If all the funds got occupied in trading and market crashes, then one has to have extra USDT to be able to afford the trading from the lower level, for trading from the lower level.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. What coin do we need in our wallets to start trading? Good question.
Stable coins give you the best return.
Bits. Okay. Smart contract runs on Ethereum or Tron blockchain? They're asking.
BSC, Binance Smart Chain.
Yep. Okay. I think that's all the questions. Is there any more questions?
I just want to find out, is it, like you said, fully automated, 100% automated?
No, it's hedge fund traders using semi-automation. So we do, the things we do is we take profit as our traders. We watch every single account. An individual trader can manage up to about 1,000 accounts. We have something that we call like the Jarvis mode, or the super one panel heads up display mode, where you can basically see all of the accounts at the same time from a super dashboard. So we're able to basically manage and then pick a pair. So we can make one action on a trade and then have it micro transaction like it was individually running each individual account from one trader's dashboard.
Okay. Yeah, you can use USDT in your Coinbase account. We'll be having trading Bitcoin pairs as well as USDT is a question.
In the future, there will be, yes, you'll be the ability to, we'll have something called a coin collector. I'm gonna call it that anyways. I'm sure the marketing team will decide what they want to call it, but this will be the ability to collect things like BTC, Ethereum, BNB. It depends on your exchange, on what pairs your exchange has against, what it has as far as the secondary thing. So if it's Bitcoin USD, you would trade the second thing is the thing you can collect. And currently everything is set for dollars because it's the most profitable way to do it. But in the future, you'll have the ability to collect your top favorite cryptos that are traded as pairs.
Yep.
Yes. It is fully automated. It's fully automated for you. It's just not fully automated how we do it. If that was that last question. Yeah. It currently is going for, especially during this time period, it is completely hands-free for you. You're just putting your money into the scenario, letting the machine run, leaving it there, And as the dashboard starts to come up, you'll start to see how much profit it's actually making individually in your account for every single trade. You'll see it in your own account because it's always in your account, but to really understand how things are happening, the dashboard is going to help you guys out a ton on that. Now is the time for you to build testimonials, plug in, put a certain amount in there, set it, forget it, check it in a couple of weeks, and you'll see how wild and crazy and what kind of amazing things have happened in that time period. It's a end amount of trades. It's the amount of trades is because it's trading as much as it's trading, you realize after looking at it that there is no way that you would want to be the person to have to make that many decisions on a daily basis.
And John, are we going to have an Arabic and Urdu? Arabic, I'm sure is going to work, right?
Yeah, Arabic's in there. Yep.
As far as what stable coins can we use? USDT, USDC, BUSD, right?
Yep. Any stable coin.
Any stable coin. There you go.
And the machine will most likely trade into the pair that's traded most on the exchange.
When will the trading end? Is the question.
Never.
Hopefully never. Yeah, hopefully never. And as far as for somebody who had a concern about being $1,000 being steep for some countries, remember after launch, then we'll be able to open it up for lower amounts. Just right now, during pre-launch and soft launch, we want to make sure that it's 1,000.
Yeah, we just don't want to be overrun with customer service, and we want to be able to make sure that we can give everybody a quality experience. And if we were to open it up to 100, we'd probably have 1 million users tomorrow, and it would be too hard to handle everybody's questions. So we just want to be sound with that. We want to really take our time and do it right and make sure customer service is something that is a really good experience for every single person.
Yeah, controlled growth is a good thing, especially when you're starting a brand new company, to make sure that everything runs fluidly before you open up the gates to everyone else. And as far as the USA and Canada recruiting right now, we're not recruiting the USA and Canada just yet. And the reason we're not is because we want to be regulatory compliant before we open up those countries. The last thing we want to do is be operating in a country we're not supposed to be operating in. And then we get in trouble, and then there's all kinds of issues, and then there's no opportunity for you. You got a question, sir?
Yeah, so we won't, what I hear is that it'll be completely automated, and unlike other companies, we won't have to set the grid or anything like that. All that will be within the software. We'll just press a button.
You got it. You load up your API, you load up your coins, you set up your API, you send that into the company, and then the company engages with your API and they start doing the trading for you.
Yeah, so all the grid movement, all the decisions on when to enter, when to exit, that's all will be done by the team. So it is truly a set it and forget. And that in its sense is unique to the space, because you're not usually, most companies don't have enough traders to even do something like that at scale. So because of the fact that we have this super technology dashboard system and we can exit and enter in microtransactions, it allows us to be able to give a leverage type scenario, not leverage in trading leverage, but leverage as far as the amount of users we can serve from one individual professional trader.
Yeah, there's no need for a VPN. You sign up from your MetaMask wallet. And then, JB, there's a question. How does the team decide what coins to use?
We run 300 back tests a day on the top 300 coins. And the one setting that there will be is and this is after through the soft launch period, there'll be into the pre-launch, there'll be a setting for medium, low, and high risk. And low risk is top 100, medium is top 200, and high is top 300. Sometimes it might be, even if you're in a high, you might still be trading something in the top 100. And we do the back testing on 300 coins multiple times per day, every day. And those are whatever's the best performer are the ones that we trade in that time period for the time. We have goals to outperform Bitcoin. So, those kind of percentages end up coming from that type of activity. And the real back test on data, on pair, on the exchange with volume, not a back test with the idea of what the market would be, like a coin market cap type back test, but a back test on the exchange that you're currently trading on with the actual volume in 1 minute candles to understand exactly where the market's going.
I love this question. Withdrawal of profits weekly or monthly? I'll let you answer that,
So your profits are in your account. They're always in your account. You have total control over those assets. There's withdrawal is whenever you decide to take money out of your own account because it's your account. So whatever you want to do with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to prevent. That mindset is exactly the mindset that has been created for you. And so we're flipping that model to where that's no longer the issue. You don't have to worry about asking anyone for your money. It's your money. You take it whenever you want.
Withdraw every hour. Yeah, we'll make it every hour. Withdrawal profits are every second. Wait, I just made a $10 trade. I made a profit. Okay, go withdraw that. It's your account.
Right.
It's not your, and it's, understand, it's not your account on our system. It's your account on your exchange. So whatever exchange you trust to keep your funds inside is where your funds are sitting still. And you can withdraw those profits anytime you want to from your account on your exchange, not on our platform.
In an account, focus of trading shall be only one of the coins or multiple.
Focus. It depends on the pair. Depends on the scenario. If there is a pair that is doing extremely well, like Solana, we were trading tens of millions of dollars in Solana for a while, and it was very focused because we knew where the token was going. So most of the time, it's two to three pairs trading, so that we keep the risk minimal. But if a token is just a great top level coin and we know where it's going, and we can trade with confidence. See, the greatest way to be able to trade is to know that the token is going to increase in value while you're trading it. So you never really worry about the future of it. So if you look at Solana and the growth of that token as a whole, we knew that we could trade that very aggressively down at that $30 level because we know the token is a solid, strong product. It's going to be around in the long term. And we were 100% right. And everybody that did, made amazing percentages in their first, 4 weeks of it. The percentages are phenomenal. So.
And yeah, Doc, your $1,000 USDT needs to be in your Coinbase wallet, not MetaMask. So it needs to be in an exchange, not on your wallet. So Coinbase, like we said earlier, Huobi, Binance, Kraken, any of those, you can just load it up there. Okay, so in the launch, USA clients will not be able to be involved. Is this the case? Is there a timeline when we will? Want to address that, John? I talked about it, but maybe you can head it a different way.
Yeah, when the attorneys say that it's good to go and we get a sign off and we have a no security letter from the SEC and that is all clear, then that market will be a market that we will enter. And it's being done. The partner that will launch that market is a very noted in the industry and is a multi-billion-dollar partner. So they're doing all the legal aspect side of it. They're responsible to make sure that all happens. They've came in early in this and seen what we are doing, and they said we want exclusive rights for that market. And we want the ability to be able to take it and do it the right way. We currently have $1 million a month legal budget, and we have the right attorneys to do it the right way. So it'll happen. It's just a matter of time when the legal regulatory team that does it and produces the proper opinions and the proper letters for us to go into it.
Yeah, and realize this, guys. I'm addressing everyone here who lives in the U.S. I live in Dallas, Texas. So we're the most difficult market to launch in the entire planet, us and China. And so therefore, for right now, we have to be not in the United States. And trust me, you don't want us to be in the United States because it'll ruin the opportunity for everybody else. So your best bet is to have people outside of the U.S. and open that first, and then wait for the U.S. to open for you to kick that off. Another question is: we'd be trading same coins for thousands of people, for all thousands of people.
Yep, there's a certain threshold of volume that you can trade per lower token values, and we work and look in that and see that. We see the amount of dollars that are being traded. If you're looking at something like BNB, it's trading $1 million a minute. So there's plenty of potential for someone to trade the higher cap coins. We could right now easily, because of the amount of pairs that we're trading, trade $2 billion without any type of major issue. When we get to that size, then we basically have a huge opportunity as a whole to become a real big player in the entire marketplace. So even though that you are the liquidity, you're able to make really great profitable trades against the entire marketplace when you get to that level. So in the midterm, we're able to trade, because there's so many pairs, we're able to trade hundreds of millions of dollars with no issue. And when we get to the point of when we're 2 billion plus in trade account, which will probably happen, in the first 6 months because of how this system is put together, we'll be able to trade the larger pairs and still make great gains.
Okay. I'm going to finish showing the presentation real quick and then wrap this up. As far as future Zooms go, that's up to Raj for now until leadership is developed. And once that leadership is developed, you guys can have your own Zooms.
Well, and then there's the one big one on the 31st to make sure that.
Sorry. There's one really big one on the 31st that everyone should be plugged into. I don't know if you're working that day or not, but you may want to take the day off. Thanks, JB. Appreciate that. And I'm sure there's gonna be some questions. So if you want to hang out, JB, for just a few. Okay. Let me move this box. Kiwi bonus. So, let me hang on a second, guys. Sorry. In this system, there's a $49 fee to become a representative of the business. You can do that without trade credits, or you can just participate in the business and never do anything with trade credits. Then if you want to use trade credits, we've got a package scenario where someone can get started for $120. That includes the 49, and they actually are getting 100 trade credits. It's a quantitative trading system, allows you to utilize multiple trading strategies. It's running 24/7, 7 days a week, 365. And the commission routing process itself, if someone wants to go in and have a profit scenario, then here's the split. So for example, you've got $1,000, $2,000 profit share. Commission routing is 70% goes into the smart contract, 50% to the unit level, 50% to the sponsors, and that 50% is split as 75 goes to the sponsor, 25% goes to the sponsor. So here's an example of it. The trading profit share is $1,000. That 30% goes into smart contract, leaves $700. $350 goes to the unit level, $250 goes to the sponsor/retailer, and $87.50 goes to the sponsor's sponsor. So this fast start bonus is a one-time bonus. Okay. After that, when people actually buy trade credits, and that goes into the unit level. Here's how the unit level works. It's a 5-level unit level plan. It works like this. The plan makes it very simple for and easy for anyone to duplicate. So as a level 1 or as a rank 1, you have to have 2 active customers. You get 10% of that first level. As a rank 2, you have 3 active customers, and then 200 in BV, and you get 2 levels of 10%. As a rank 3, you have 4 customers, 300 in BV, you have 3 levels of 10%. Level 4, you have, rank 4, I don't know where there's an L there. Rank 4, there's 5 plus 500 in BV, you have 4 levels, and then as a 5, you have 6 customers of 1,000, and you get 5 levels. So 50% of the comp plan is paid into this part of the scenario. Most companies say they pay 50%. This company pays 50. This is the company that actually pays 50%. The unit level alone, if a company says that they pay up to 50%, that means that they pay less than 50%. Just in this part of the comp plan, the compensation plan pays out over 75% as a whole. 70-30 is a scenario for the smart contract. So as a whole, with everything included, it ends up being about 75% in the compensation. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that, of how we're paying all this out. Rick, I think, talked about this earlier, or that might be just my brain going foggy from another Zoom that we had. But our generation stacking bonus. So this bonus is paid on BV, okay? And I want to explain what a rank is, or how a generation is per rank. This is really important because you're going to get paid as a rank 1, 5% for 4 generations. So a generation is this. Remember, as a rank 1, you have to have 2 customers. So if you only have 1 customer, you're still not a rank 1, right? You're a representative. So as it looks through your genealogy, smart contracts looking through your genealogy, and it finds you're a rank 1, it finds the very first rank 1. Let's say that in between you and that very first rank 1, there's 25 people. You're going to override all the way to that rank 1 at 5%. Then from that rank 1 to the next rank 1, no matter how deep it is, another 5%. Then from that rank 1 to the next rank 1, that's your third one, that's another 5%. And then from that one all the way down to the last one, that's your 4th rank, that's a generation. Each one of those is generations. So you have 4 different generations of rank 1 that you override all those people at 5%. Once you get to rank 2, you override rank 2s at 3% plus all the rank 1s at 5. Excuse me, I screwed that up. Sorry. Rank 2s plus 3 levels, 3 generations at 5%, right? As a rank 2, plus you get the 4 generations of 5% of the rank 1. As a rank 3, you also get 3 generations of 5%, plus you get the 3 generations of 5% of the rank 2 and the 4 generations of 5% of rank 1. As a rank 4, you get 2 generations of rank 4, plus the 3 generations of rank 3, the 3 generations of rank 2, and the 4 generations of rank 1. Remember, in between that could be 10 people, 1 person, could be 1,000 people, and every single one of those ranks. And as you go higher in rank, obviously the deeper that you'll be able to ride that 5%. So this is a major, major check that you'll be getting just in this bonus. Then there's generation stacking match. Very similar. This check match is on the unit level and stacking residual, so that you get both of those 2 matching bonuses. Same thing, same type of structure, rank 1 to the next rank 1, to the next rank 1, to the next rank 1, rank 2 to the next rank 2, to the next rank 2. Raj, if you can mute that out, that'd be great. Cool. So, okay, I'll do it. Okay, so here's the NFT top 300 leaderboard. These are Terminators. If you guys know the Terminator movies, the most advanced Terminator was the last one, so he's the first one here. This group of 300, the qualification for this right now, all of you can qualify for this. It's $10,000 into your API. And by the time that we launch, you've got $1 million in volume below you in your organization. That's the qualification. So right now, all of you could literally qualify for this. You get 5% on the market. You have to have a minimum of $1 million USD in your NFT. So this is going to be real simple for the very first round. On this second round, so the following month, everyone's now competing for this top 300 position. The reason that they're competing for this top 300 position is that extra 5% on the compensation plan, right? Plus, on top of that, you're going to get the voting rights for the company. You're the DAO. So the decentralized autonomous organization, this is you. So when we decide if we want to launch that token, you get to vote on it. When we decide if we want to do XYZ, you get to vote on it. You literally are the ownership of the company, and you 300 get to decide how the company moves. So the very next month, the minimum might be 1.1 million or 1.2 million or 1.5, whatever it is. It's going to be constantly moving to be in that top 300. So what that does, if you want that extra 5%, and trust me, after you get that first check, you're going to want the 5%. Then we have 13 worldwide ambassadors. Rajneesh is one of the ambassadors. I'm an ambassador myself. There's actually about 7 or 8 of us right now. And to be an ambassador, it has a lot to do with what you've done in the industry and what you can bring to the table. So for example, we just had a meeting with a gentleman who could literally bring Taiwan. It's that type of influence and that type of experience that we're looking for when it comes to ambassadors. Ambassadors definitely are going to be managing their regions, whatever region that is. Like, for example, for Rajneesh, it's India. And so anything that comes through India, Rajneesh is responsible for. And so he's one of the ambassadors. Also, if I can, give some kudos to Raj. Raj has, had 3 million people in his organization. The guy's made 8 figures in a year in network marketing. And he definitely has the leadership that we're looking for in an ambassador. So if you know someone like that could actually, bring on a country or a region, then let us know. We'd love to meet. And for those ambassadors, they get an extra 1%. And we're still looking at final details on that ambassadorship. So as an ambassador, you're going to be responsible for that your organization somewhere. We've got 100 Zooms presentations daily going around the world. We'll have training centers. We've got the pre-launch Zoom event, which you'll be at, obviously, as an ambassador and as one of the top 300. And one of the things about the top 300 is we want 300 testimonials that day. So we're going to have the trades like JB talked about, live streaming 24/7. If people have questions about what's being traded, how it's being traded, you could literally just send them to the YouTube channel. So JB, if you want to wrap this up. Are you there?
I'm here. Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean,
or you want to add something to that? Sorry.
Yeah, we'll just cap it with the idea that of what it is that we're really doing here. The entire system is designed to help people increase their asset, whether it be a dollar asset or a cryptocurrency asset. And because we're doing that for people, then I think it makes complete sense that sharing in that wealth is what the whole entire system is all about. So it's not a goal to take resources from somebody and put them into your own account, but it's a goal of helping them gain and grow resources themselves. And if you do that, then that win-win scenario gives you the commissions and the system the money that you make. And it's a deserved commission. It's a deserved system because you take away all of the main problems of the industry. You answer all of those questions by making things automated on the smart contract side, making the code be the law. And it allows you to reach into networks you may have never reached into before. If you've had a relationship with a company that has messed people over to where your reputation or something like that is not as good, this will help you repair it. It's a company and a program that you can call upon anybody that you've ever thought about ever before, because it is completely safe and sound for those people to work. So welcome. And I appreciate you guys being on this call today. Realize that this is an opportunity that is in front of you, and it may be the first time you're hearing about this, but it's definitely not going to be the last. And don't let it be something that 3 to 6 months from now you can say, oh, well, I was on that pre-launch call and I heard about the system and I just didn't know if it was going to work. Let this be something that builds you a extremely strong residual income to where 3 to 6 months from now you're telling from the front of the room at our convention how amazing this has changed your life. So thank you, everybody. Have an amazing day. And any questions, get back to Raj. Speak soon.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, evening, night.
Thank you, Alex and JB, for this great call. This clears out everything, actually. I received so many phone calls, messages from the teams. Even some have left the call because the timing is not suiting them. Yeah, otherwise they wanted to be on the call, and the call is amazing. That's what I'm getting from them. The presentation and the business opportunity is definitely a game changer. That is what I'm getting from everyone. So just to wrap this thing up, guys, get ready. We are getting ready for the soft launch, and very soon I'll be giving you the presentation in Hindi as well. So many people are asking for that, Hindi, Urdu and all. So you guys will have that presentation as well for the leaders. For the time being, just get ready, keep your teams ready, and let's smash this. Have a great time. Alex, Mike is all yours if you want to say something.
Thanks, everybody. I
Wrap this thing
believe
up.
this is going to be life-changing for a lot of us, for those of us I've been in the industry 29 years, always looking for a home. And I will tell you that, I think it took us from the field, all of us included, to be able to, have to take the power back, and for us to make the decisions moving forward as a group to be able to make it to where we have finally found a home and something that we can legitimately will sell or transfer to someone else when we're ready to retire, give it to your kids, whatever it is you want to do. And, but I think with us being on the cutting edge of technology, as you found out today, and knowing JB will always be on the cutting edge of technology. So I'm not worried about that at all. I believe that we've got a legacy company here, and I think we're going to be here for quite some time. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Get back with Rajneesh, and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Good night, you guys. Bye-bye.